Thank you, Sir Roger. It's a pleasure to serve under your chairmanship, and can I add my congratulations to my honourable friend for Broxbourne for securing this important debate. I think the consensual nature of the debate this afternoon does show that if there's one thing that we on these benches and His Majesty's government can agree on, is that nobody likes road closures, traffic jams, the misery that comes with that. In urban and suburban areas, this often means unwanted congestion and pollution, and as the honourable gentleman on the government benches said, delays not just for private motorists, but for buses and for hauliers alike as well. Although I would gently suggest to him that after the budget this afternoon and the Chancellor's increasing of bus fares, that under a Labour government people are going to be paying more to sit on that bus in a traffic jam compared to the £2 bus cap we brought in. In rural areas such as my own constituency of Mid-Buckinghamshire and that of my humble friend for Strangford, a 100-yard road closure can often mean a 5 to 10 mile diversion, and that's before I even start on the government-sponsored programmes like HS2, whose road closures seem to go on indefinitely and forever, which is something directly within the government's gift to challenge and to fix and to sort out. And we have likewise heard from my honourable friend for Dumfries and Galloway about the intolerable problems on the A77 and the A75 that the Scottish Government simply must fix. It must be said, of course, Sir Roger, that in some cases, some road closures are not necessarily a bad thing. It is the result of getting things done, but it is how we manage this process, how we ensure that utility companies are held to account, that where local government or national government, through National Highways or whichever agency it might be, are taking this action, that they do so responsibly and they do so remembering that they are causing real people, real people's lives, real people's businesses, real people's school runs, real people's trip to the doctor or to a hospital or to any other medical appointment, significant inconvenience. And so if we can get things in place that manage this, everybody will be much happier. Let's not forget that it's only through economic growth that car ownership and indeed other forms of transport did become more affordable and cheaper and grow for many. But road closures that stick around longer for necessary, a problem that the last government did take action on, and we can discuss where that can go further, as part of our plan for drivers, is critical. For the last government introduced a performance-based streetworks regime to ensure utility companies resurface roads to the best possible standard, a new lane rental scheme where utility companies can be charged up to £2,500 per day for streetworks. That enabled the delivery of over 2 million streetworks between 2022 and 2023. In actually just January of this year, the previous government launched a streetworks consultation, the results of which were clear. Doubling fines in some instances from £500 to £1,000 for utility companies found breaching the conditions of their jobs, £10,000 per day overrun charges to apply to weekends and bank holidays, the busiest for the road network, to direct at least 50% of money from lane rental schemes to be used to improve roads and repair potholes. That is already filtering down to local authorities, Sir Roger. In my own constituency, Buckinghamshire Council's Pothole Pro is making light work of what has historically been an incredibly time-consuming and labour-intensive task, and also by effectively recycling and reusing damaged tarmac for resurfacing stretches of road, fixes are happening quicker and more efficiently, ultimately saving taxpayers money and time stuck in traffic or diverting around road closures. Technology in many of these instances is our friend and can get these repairs done so much quicker. Conservatives, Sir Roger, are firmly on the side of drivers. So my challenge this afternoon in this important debate to the Minister is what she and the government will do to improve the real-life experience for Britain's motorists and those that travel on our buses and those who require the use of the road network to make deliveries and to get their goods around the country. What is she going to do to meet the challenges set out by my honourable friend for Broxbourne? What will the government do to get to a point where we can have sensible reforms that build on what is already in place to hold those that dig up our roads to account? A good start, as we've heard from my honourable friend for Rayleigh and Wickford, would be to give government support, as opposition support is already in place, for his 10-minute rule bill. That would see real action. That would improve the lot of all of our motorists. Will the Minister confirm the government's stance on my right honourable friend's 10-minute rule bill, which we equally saw in the previous Parliament? Britain's motorists deserve to know. And on the state of our roads, which is an important factor, as honourable and right honourable members have already said in this debate, can the Minister confirm, will the £4.7 billion worth of funding the previous government put in place through the Local Transport Fund, announced in February this year, continue, much of which was going towards filling potholes across the North and Midlands across the next 7 years? Is that money fully intact? Is it being kept? Will it be put to good use as the programme that the previous government announced intended it? Will we see the continuation of the £8.3 billion for highways maintenance funding from Network North, announced in October 2023, that should last all the way through to 2033? Is this new Labour government going to continue that exact amount of spending? Because I fear today's announcement in the budget by the Chancellor of £500 million for potholes simply isn't going to touch the sides of the problem we face as a country. When I look at my own constituency, when I look at the county of Buckinghamshire as a whole, where Buckinghamshire Council have a £105 million road repair fund for one county alone, it seems that a £500 million sum of money, as announced by the Chancellor, simply won't go far enough to challenging and fixing the problems that Britain's motorists face. So, it seems that all sides of the House are agreed on the problem. Labour are now in government. Will the Minister confirm precisely what it is that they are going to do?